call the meeting to order. The oath of office for board members. Dick, you want to go first for reappointment?
What I do, just stand up and listen to Misty.
That's right. Come and
You got
repeat
to
after
sign
me
and
sign.
place your hand on the Bible. Swear or affirm.
I swear.
I swear. Left hand on, raise your right. Repeat after me. I, Dick Johnson,
I, Dick Johnson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
not inconsistent therewith,
not inconsistent therewith.
and that you will faithfully perform the duties
I will faithfully perform the duties
as a planning and zoning board member, so help me God.
as a planning and zoning board member, so help me God.
You did awesome. Okay, sign right here for me.
How you shoot, Dick, before you fall first, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, safety first.
Yes.
Very good, I just cut them off.
Okay, Kinney Small.
I'm the person, Dick.
Left hand on, raise your right.
Just go ditto.
I, Kinney Small,
I, Kinney Small.
do solemnly swear that I will support and maintain
I do solemnly swear that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
not inconsistent therewith,
not inconsistent therewith,
and that you will faithfully perform
and I will faithfully perform
the duties as a planning and zoning board member, so help me God.
the duties of planning and zoning board member, so help me God.
Even better. Sign right there.
Throw us in there.
Testing him.
You tested me today. We're right here.
Thank you. Tom Beanblossom.
I said memorized by now.
I'm telling you.
Listen,
Are you paying attention?
Left
this
hand
is
on, raise your
all it is
right.
here the first time I swore allegiance.
That's okay. I, Tom Beanblossom,
I, Tom Beanblossom,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws of the United
the
States
Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
not inconsistent therewith,
not inconsistent therewith,
and I will faithfully perform the duties
and I will faithfully perform the duties
as a planning and zoning board member, so help me God.
as a planning and zoning member, so help me God.
I need you to sign right here. Okay? And Genie? The infamous Miss Genie, who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting. I'm Misty Whitman. I've heard lots about you. All good.
You noticed I put commas places.
I like commas. Okay. I, Genie Russell,
I, Genie Russell,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
not inconsistent therewith,
not inconsistent therewith,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
and I will faithfully perform the duties
as a planning and zoning board member,
as a planning and zoning board member.
so help me
So
God.
help me God.
I followed your commas. Sign right
Thank
there.
you.
Thank you. Okay.
We have a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
I second the motion.
All right, we will now open the public hearing for consideration for variance request made by Scottie Garner for parcel number 07050C0000005 located at 136 Kinney Avenue. Continued public hearing from January 26, 2026. The public hearing was continued at the January 26, 2026 special meeting due to inclement weather and was rescheduled to February 2nd, 2026, and the February 2nd, 2026 meeting was continued to February 4th, 2026 due to inclement weather. Planning and Zoning Board also serving as the Board of Adjustments. My name is Carter Burns and I am the Chair of the Board of Adjustments. Would the board members please go around and state their name for the record? Starting with Genie.
Genie Russell,
Tom Beanblossom,
Lisa Brock.
Dick Johnson,
Kinney Small.
Attorney Misty Whitman will be advising the board on legal and procedural questions. Angel Jenkins, Town Manager and Zoning Officer, is serving as staff to the board today. If you wish to speak as a witness today, you can find the sign-up sheet at the podium. The public hearing is for variance request 2025041. Request by Scottie Garner for a 5-foot variance to the front yard setback at 136 Kinney Avenue, parcel 0705-0C000005. The decision will be made by a 4/5 vote of the board. This hearing is a quasi-judicial evidentiary hearing. That means it is like a court hearing. State law sets specific procedures and rules concerning how this board must make its decision. These rules are different from other types of land use decisions like rezoning cases. The board's discretion is limited. The board must base its decision upon competent, relevant, and substantial evidence in the record. A quasi-judicial decision is not a popularity contest. It is a decision constrained by the standards in the ordinance and based on the facts presented. If you will be speaking as a witness, please focus on the facts and standards, not personal preference or opinion. Participation is limited. This meeting is open to the public. Everyone is welcome to watch. Parties withstanding have rights to participate fully. Parties may present evidence, call witnesses, and make legal arguments. Parties are limited to the applicant, local government, and individuals who can show they will suffer special damages. Other individuals may serve as witnesses when called by the board. General witness testimony is limited to facts, not opinions. For certain topics, this board needs to hear opinion testimony from expert witnesses. These topics include projections about impacts on property values and projections about impacts of increased traffic. Individuals providing expert opinion must be qualified as experts and provide factual evidence upon which they base their expert opinion. Witnesses must swear or affirm their testimony. At this time, we will administer the oath for all individuals who intend to provide witness testimony.
You as well.
Okay. We'll do it at the same time. Both left hand on, raise your right. Whoops.
Oh.
Right, same. You're on the right now.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Do I stand here? What's going to
In just a minute, we'll call you up.
As a reminder, witnesses should provide factual testimony as to how this project does or does not meet the standards. The board must base its decision upon evidence in the record, not personal preference or opinion. Please be aware that the applicant or other parties have certain rights to object to your testimony and cross-examine you as a witness. The board, though, will determine the evidence to consider and how much weight to assign to it. Witnesses must swear or affirm their testimony. At this time, we administer the oath for all individuals who intend to provide witness testimony. Any witnesses? No? Okay. Anybody for opinion testimony? And no repetitive testimony? The parties to this case are entitled to an impartial board. A board member may not participate in this hearing if she or he has a fixed opinion about the matter or financial interest in the outcome of the matter or a close relationship with an affected person. Does any board member have any partiality to disclose and recusal to offer? No. The parties to this case have rights for an ex parte communication to be disclosed. Ex parte communication is any communication about the case outside of the hearing. That may include site visits as well as conversations with party staff or the general public. Does any board member have any site visits to disclose? Does any board member have any conversations or other communications to disclose? Based on the disclosure we've heard from the board concerning partial and ex parte communication, does any board member or any party to this matter have an objection to the board member's participation in this hearing?
Did we decide when we first started this that Jones was gonna recuse himself since he was
He offered the recusal if he felt it was gonna be problematic, and we all deemed it would not, so we wrapped it out. No people have objected to the board's participation in the hearing based on no objections. When there is an objection to a board member participating in a cross-judicial decision, the dispute is resolved by majority votes of the remaining members of the board. I'll now ask the remaining members of the board for a motion as to whether is not applicant for this. We will now proceed with the hearing. Variance request 2025041, request by Scottie Garner for a 5-foot variance to the front yard setback to allow for the unique shape of the parcel and to be able to build a house on the property to the standard of the others in the subdivision. This parcel is in the R8 zoning district. Current setback for the subdivision area: front 25 feet, side 15 feet, rear 10 feet. Ms. Jenkins will read the application.
Jenkins, Town Zoning Officer, and I have been sworn in. We have the application 2025041, Mr. Scottie Garner, business name Scott's Construction and Rental LLC, and property location is at 136 Kinney Avenue. Tax PIN number is 6668-02-67-6708. Tax parcel is 07050C00005. Current zoning is R8. The reason for the variance request is to have a 5-foot variance to the front setback of lot 5 of Woodmere subdivision. The sections of the town zoning ordinance that is requesting relief from is the R8 setback requirements. Applicant's description of why is that the request for a 5-foot variance from the approved 25-foot front setback requirement for lot 5 of the 6 lots within the approved subdivision. The subdivision was previously approved with a uniform setback of 25 feet. However, due to the unique shape of lot 5, the existing topography and the lay of the land, strict adhesion to the 25 feet setback creates a particular difficulty in developing the final lot. These constriction limits, the constriction limit reasonable building placement and hinder the ability to construct a home that is in the consent of the setbacks with the design and the layout of the homes in the subdivision. Granting the 5-foot variance would allow for a more functional and reasonable placement of the residents on lot 5 while maintaining consistency with the established character, space, and appearance of the surrounding homes. The requested variance is minimum in nature and will not negatively impact neighboring properties, public safety, or the intent of the subdivision that was approved. And looking at the relevant facts, unnecessary hardship would result from the strict application of this ordinance. An unnecessary hardship would result from the strict application of the front setback ordinance lot 5 of the approved subdivision. Due to the irregular shape of the lot and the existing topography of the lay of the land, compliance with the required 25-foot setback significantly restricts reasonable building placement. While the property could technically be developed without the variance, doing so would result in impractical design constraints and a house placement that is inconsistent with the established pattern of development of the subdivision. The hardship results from the conditions that are particular to the property, such as land, location, size, or topography. And the response is that the requested 5-foot variance is the minimum relief necessary to allow for reasonable and functional development of the lot. Granting this variance will enable placement of the residents in a manner that is consistent with the neighboring homes, maintain the character of the subdivision, and it does not adversely affect the surrounding properties or the public interest. Number 3 is the hardship did not result from the actions taken of the applicant or the property owner. This hardship did not result from the actions taken from the applicant or the property owner. The subdivision layout, lot configuration, and associated constraints were established and approved prior to the purchase of the property by Scott Garner Construction and Rental LLC. The conditions creating the hardship therefore predated the applicant's ownership and were not self-created. The requested variance is inconsistent with the spirit, purpose, and intent of the ordinance such that public safety is secured and sustained justice is achieved. Response is the variance would enable the final lot development in a manner consistent with the overall subdivision plan and would allow the property to be put to reasonable use. And this was submitted, December the 31st by Mr. Garner.
Scottie, would you like to say anything?
Well, hold on just a
No.
second. So,
Well, first of all, I want to thank Angel for her hard work in this. Been a lot of phone calls. Well, what I'm trying to do is, as far as the depth in this lot, the biggest house I can build is 26 foot deep. I need 30 or 5 more foot to be 31, so I can build these people a 1-story house. It's hard with something that's 26, you've about got to go to a 2-story, and they don't want that. And if I do a 2-story, it's going to knock the view down of the other home beside of me. So I didn't want to take it off the back because I didn't want to impede with Mr. Jones. And so I thought if I took it off the 5, because when I did it, you know, the town has the right of way off the sides anyway. My lot don't start to probably 10 foot off the road. So that's what I was wanting. So I could get 5 on the front and make everything look uniform. Any questions?
You want me to circle back to you, Angel?
Do I need to
do y'all have
leave?
any questions?
Do y'all have any questions?
Well, I didn't know because they was gonna vote. I didn't know if they wanted me to watch them or not.
Well,
Yeah.
no. You don't have to
Makes
leave.
it hard to vote against you, Scottie.
Well, hey, it went all perfect till I left and they all went
You
against
can
me.
close your eyes, like, okay. Staff recommendation is to approve the request for the 5-foot variance. The development is complete except for this one lot. And I know all 5 homes are very nice and they have provided a nice placement in the community. Subdivision's almost complete, but with the 5-foot variance, there are no restrictions for water and sewer lines, and it would not cause any restrictions for police or fire to be able to access the properties.
Do the board members see a need for a condition or conditions to be placed upon applicant in the event the application is granted, and what such condition or conditions might be? The board has now received all evidence and testimony. The hearing is now closed, and the board must consider the evidence and vote on the matter. Board members, does any board member wish to discuss what we have heard and received?
With the close here, or is it all that?
I think it's all now, we'll do this little. Anything?
No.
If the board has no further questions or need for discussion, we must now begin the voting process on the variance standards. As a reminder to the board and those in attendance, North Carolina general statutes and our town zoning ordinance requires a 4/5 majority in favor of the applicant on all 5 variance standards in order for the applicant's variance request to be approved. We have 6 voting members in attendance. A successful motion on each standard requires at least 5 affirmative votes. We'll go into those standards now. Variance standard number 1. With regard to standard number 1, which requires special conditions and circumstances which exist, which are peculiar to the land, structure, or building involved, and which are not applicable to other land, structures, or building in the same district, may I have a motion to approve or deny standard 1?
Make a motion to approve standard 1.
I'll second that.
Any need for further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chairman, if you'll ask if there are any opposed.
Get there.
Okay. Just making sure we don't forget.
We need to do this by secret ballot.
Are there any opposed?
Sorry.
Variance standard number 1 was approved 6-0. Variance standard number 2, with regard to standard number 2, which requires the requested variance will be in harmony with the purpose and intent of town zoning and will not be injurious to the neighborhood or the general welfare. May I have a motion to approve or deny standard number 2?
A motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any need for further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Variance standard number 2 was approved 6-0. Variance standard number 3, with regard to standard number 3, which requires that literal interpretation of the provisions of this chapter would deprive the applicant of a right commonly enjoyed by other properties in the same district. May I have a motion to approve or deny standard number 3?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any need for further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Standard number 3 was approved 6-0. Variance standard number 4, with regard to standard number 4, which requires the special conditions and circumstances did not result from the actions of the applicant, may I have a motion to approve or deny standard number 4?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any need for further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Standard number 4 was approved 6-0. Variance standard number 5, with regard to standard number 5, which requires that allowing the variance will not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied town zoning to other lands, structures, or buildings in the same district. May I have a motion to approve or deny standard number 5?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any need for further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Variance standard number 5 was approved 6-0. After voting on all 5 standards for the variance request, the board approved general standard number 1, approved general standard number 2, approved general standard number 3, approved general standard number 4, and approved general standard number 5. From a review of the votes of the board, all 5 standards were approved in favor of the applicant, and as such, in accordance with our zoning ordinance and North Carolina law, we must approve the variance request. Do I have a motion for approval of the variance request by the applicant?
I motion for approval.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The variance request was approved 6-0. Any new business or updates?
I don't have any at this time, but, Misty and I are looking through the updates to the zoning ordinance, so we'll have those to you guys for review at your March meeting. Try to get them out to you earlier so you can look at them and just.
I'm hoping to get it done by March. I'm going through it piece by piece, trying to find any and all issues that conflict with North Carolina state law. So I will send all the revisions. I'll try to redline it so that you guys see what I'm changing, so that you're not searching for it, with a memo about it and the corresponding law that requires it to be how it's changed. And then you can make any comments if you want to make any or propose any additional changes to the commissioners at that time. This would be a good time to do it. And so we will then, once you guys have made your recommendations, then it will go up before the commissioners. In addition, we are working on some additional education.
We are, so I've talked to you guys about doing some on-demand training. And there's actually a course that I've registered us for through School of Government, and it is like an e-module, so you have access to it. And we'll probably do some of those. They're like 30 minutes. We may do a couple within our meeting, just set up the projector and watch through them. It's really good information that gives you an overall of what we're doing as a planning and zoning board, and touches on the board of adjustment as well. So.
And for clarification too, I know there had been some back and forth about where we were moving as far as the Board of Adjustment. So in North Carolina by statute, the Board of Adjustment can be the Planning and Zoning Board. It can be the Board of Commissioners, it can be a completely separate board. What would happen is the Board of Commissioners is ultimately the one that actually appoints them. They are, the members that are appointed, it must be 5, and it must be, the ETJ rep that is appointed by the county. They serve staggered 3-year terms, so even if the Board of Commissioners ultimately decided that it was gonna be the Board of Commissioners, it might not always be the Board of Commissioners, cause it's a staggered 3-year term, so they would change. But, what would happen as, before they had voted that they were gonna move it through to propose that the Board of Commissioners become the Board of Adjustment after the entire debacle that we had before. But we think fixing the 160D and getting everything corrected may resolve some of those problems anyway. So they have withdrawn their recommendation to change it, and they want to leave it as is with the planning board serving as the Board of Adjustment. So that's where we stand on that, but we gotta get this 160D cleaned up. She sent me the electronic copy to make my life easier, so I'm not having to redo it all, and we'll get all of that to you. If there's anything else in it that you know off the top of your head that you have concerns with, shoot me an email and let me know, so I can go ahead and look that up as well. Okay?
Yep.
It's like I'm digging through a needle with a haystack right now.
We appreciate your search.
Gonna search, we gotta get it fixed.
That's all I have.
May I have a motion and a second to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.